Welcome to Too Fond of Books. My name is Janelle, and this is another Sleuth by type video for March Mystery Madness. How could I not do this video knowing that the theme for March Mystery Madness this year is spring cleaning? So the sleuth that I will be, the type of sleuth that I will be talking about in this video is cleaners. And I discovered there's actually a decent number of books or series out there featuring cleaners as amateur sleuths. Let's just dive right into this. I found some really fun ones. First up is Jane B. This is a series that is called Her Majesty Investigates, which I need to double check because that's the same name as the S.J. Bennett series. This is a series by C.C. Bennison. The first one is Death at Buckingham Palace from 1996. There are 3 books in the series, and Jane B is a housemaid at Buckingham Palace. Now, each book takes place at a different castle or palace, and so Jane goes with the staff. She's a housemaid at whatever setting the books are in. So that's kind of a really fun and cozy style sleuth. Next up, we have Mrs. Jeffries by Emily Brightwell. The Inspector and Mrs. Jeffries is the first one in the series from 1993. There are 41. It's a really long-running series. She is the housekeeper to a Scotland Yard inspector. So she does do cleaning of her own, but she is also in charge of the staff. And she is very smart, and so she uses the staff to help her inspector solve his cases. So they do investigating, and then kind of she gives the information to him in such a way that he thinks he's solved it himself. So they're really fun. They're set in the Victorian time period. So a historical, cozy mystery series with a housekeeper as the sleuth. Sticking with the Victorian time period, we have Mrs. Hudson. This is a series written by Martin Davies. The first one is Mrs. Hudson and the Spirit's Curse from 2004. There are 6 in the series. This is the second one, Mrs. Hudson and the Malabar Rose. She is housekeeper to Sherlock Holmes. And one thing that I love about this series is it's not just her as the housekeeper who is the sleuth, but she has a maid that works with her called... The books are told in the first person from the maid's name, so it's very Sherlock Holmes and Watson in that way. Flotty, that's what her name is. So yeah, I really like this series. I like the idea that the real detective in that house is Mrs. Hudson, not Sherlock Holmes. So it's a fun take on a classic. Okay, next up we have The Maid by Nita Prose. This is from 2022. And Molly Gray is a hotel maid in Toronto. So I love that it's set in Canada, and we get a different kind of cleaner in this one. She works on the housekeeping staff at a hotel, so that's a fun way to do it. And then we're going back to a historical mystery series with the Lucy Campion series by Susanna Calkins. A Murder at Rosamund's Gate is the first one in the series. This is from the Charred Remains, which I think is the second one. Murder at Rosamund's Gates from 2013. There are 7 books in the series, and Lucy is a chambermaid in the 17th century. So 1600s. This book in the series is set in 1666. So they're right around that time of the plague and the fire. And so yeah, that's a series that I really quite enjoy. Okay, and then we have Charlotte LaRue, the Charlotte LaRue series by Barbara Colley. She in Maid for Murder from 2002. That's the first one in the series. There are 8 in total, and Charlotte LaRue owns a house cleaning service in New Orleans. So these are cozy mysteries. I love that they're set in New Orleans. That's not super common from what I've seen. Not that I read a ton of cozies, but I like the idea of New Orleans as a setting. We also have Lois Mead. This is a series written by Anne Purser Murder on Monday is the first one in the series from 2002. There are 14 in total, and Lois Mead is a cleaner in the village of Longfarndon in England. And so this is a fun series that I discovered that I would like to try, so I will be keeping that out to read for myself. And then we have Cali Callahan Garrity. This is a series written by Kathy Hogan Trocheck, aka Mary Kay Andrews. The one that I have here, I think this is the first one in the series, Every Crooked Nanny from 1992. There are 8 in total in the series. Callahan Garrity owns a cleaning business in Atlanta. And then we also have Lily Bard. This is a series by Charlaine Harris. Lily Bard runs a cleaning service in Shakespeare, Arkansas. Shakespeare's Landlord from 1996 is the first one in the series. There's 4 in total. The one I have here is Shakespeare's Christmas. So yeah, I think it's very entertaining that she lives in Shakespeare, Arkansas, and her name is Bard. I'm sure there's probably other little nods to Shakespeare in the series. I haven't read that one. Okay, and then we have Solace Glenn. This is a series by Susan S. James. Solace Glenn is the town. The cleaner is Felicity Ann Paxton. She's a cleaning lady in Maryland, and The Bells of Solace is the first. The Bells of Solace Glenn from 2004 is the first one in the series. There are 3 in total. The one I have here is The Siren of Solace Glenn. Okay, and then we have Blanche White. This is a series written by Barbara Neely. Blanche on the Lamb is the first one from 1992. There are 4 in the series, and Blanche is a maid in North Carolina. This one is Blanche Among the Talented 10th. I haven't read this series either. And then last but not least, I have the Grime Solvers series by Suzanne Price. Scene of the Grime is the first in the series from 2007. There are 3 in total, and our main character is Skye Taylor, and she is a creative cleaner in northern Massachusetts. I'm not entirely sure what a creative cleaner is. I haven't read this series either, but this cozy has cleaning tips included. So there's just a few. I'm sure there's more that I did not include in this video. I like the idea of a cleaner as a sleuth because they've got a reason to be in other people's houses, snooping around, finding bodies, etc. Let me know if you've read any of these, if there's a favorite series of yours in here, or if you know of another series that features a cleaner as the amateur sleuth. Let me know that in the comment section as well, and I will see you for another video soon. Bye.